for the leader of an organization that is the Conservative Action Party, it's a very bizarre position you're taking. You're simply saying, we're without conviction. This guy has the vote, so we're going to follow him. There are candidates and there are elected officers like Paul Ryan who got into politics because the content mattered. This isn't simply about winning, and it's a false hope. Let me just finish a minute. It's a false hope that you can win with this for exactly the demographic reasons we talked about. He maybe gets some new white working class voters, but the people he is losing overwhelmingly are women, are Hispanics, are married women. He cannot win with this formula. So chasing after someone without principles because it'll work will get you neither.
I think there's a couple different things. I think we're talking about the media game of projection of what could happen in November when we're still only in May. And I think we all realize how wrong we were in those perceptions. I think that a lot of ground can be made up depending on what the Trump campaign does moving forward. It's a really serious thing. I think this week when he had Tacogate, hashtag Tacogate.
Explain to people what Tacogate is.
That's what I'm calling it anyway. It's when he took this really ridiculous photo eating a taco salad, which is lovely, I'm sure, from Trump Tower, and he said, I love the best taco salads are in Trump Tower. I love taco salads.
This was to celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
To celebrate Cinco de Mayo, which is a Mexican holiday. It's a Mexican effort, not Hispanic. It was completely tone deaf. It would be like going into the Irish or Boston, neighborhoods with a shillelagh, and a green bowler. It makes absolutely no sense.
Although they do mention beer once as an Irishman, they do mention beer now and again.
But you can't have, this is not the 1960s where you had Viva Kennedy and you had you had the beer fest and the big beer buses coming out. That we have moved a long way from that. But John, the real critical point, in 1999, George W. Bush went out to Iowa, was doing Spanish print ads. He was organizing Latinos to come to the straw poll. By 2007, that was seen as a risky business. If we cannot get it together in terms of how we talk about an inclusive party, it's going to be obsolete moving forward. Yes. I think it's really important to keep in mind this is going to be a comparative election. This is not in isolation. This is against Hillary Clinton, the presumptive nominee. Right. So you're talking about flip-flops on every issue. Let's just look at about open borders and amnesty. She's had every side of that issue. She's trying to navigate and court the Latino community and just kind of bring it back to Latino again. There's a lot of frustration and anxiety with Donald Trump, but there is open ground when people talk about border enforcement. You have a lot of Latinos that
although his negatives, the Latinos
are
close to 80%.
High, but he's picking up conservative Democrat Latinos, who are former military. So it's mixed, John, is what I'm saying.